Hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And I'm doing this because I'm excited because we're going to demystify yet another technology. And this is what we do here on the show. We demystify technology for you. You know, the mobile lifestyle, your laptops, smartphones, whatever happens to be the hottest new technology. And speaking of which, today on the show we're going to be covering a technology that actually is relatively new, I think. Is it?
It's been around for a bit, but it's really started to gain traction with the general consumer more recently.
Right, and that is called?
Geotagging.
Geotagging. Now you may think, geotagging. Geo is the first part of geography, tagging, attach, or geotagging. It kind of is actually.
Or it could be like our pal Geo, which is short for George.
Could be George tagging?
We could tag him.
That's true.
Donk. Yeah. But no, we're not going to do that to Geo.
Geotagging, of course, is adding geographic GPS location-based information to a photograph.
Yes, sir.
Right? Or a piece of data. So today we're going to show you, what the pitfalls are of that, why it's useful, and how you can do it too, and how, of course, you can protect your privacy and your security as well, because that's an issue as well.
Yes, it is.
So there you go. So today on Lab Rats,
geotagging.
Welcome back to Lab Rats. So today on the show, of course, we're going to cover geotagging, but first, a message from our sponsor. Actually, I wouldn't say a message. It's an endorsement. We love hover.com. They're a division here at Two Cows, one of our sister companies. We love them because they provide you with domains, and you can register whatever domain you want with them. It's easy. It's affordable. They are helpful. You can create your own vanity email address. And just in the world of domains, they are the place. They're the go-to place on the internet, as far as we're concerned.
Yes, sir.
He agrees with me. But
yes, sir.
Genuinely, we're actually customers. We love them. I keep all my domains over there as well. And it's just one of those things that you just have to try them out because we say so.
Do it because we told you to.
That's right. So use this coupon here to get 10% off to get started with them. And if you've been resisting, you're like, oh, those guys always talk about those hover guys. Try it out. I swear you'll become a convert, just like I was a convert from Windows to Apple. And you know how hard that was for me.
So you're saying that moving to hover is like joining a cult?
No, it's a happy cult.
It's not a cult.
No, it's not. It's wonderful. Hover.com. Check it out. All right. Let's get on with geotagging today on Lab Rats. So this has been a phenomenon that's sort of built up over the last 2 or 3 years in terms of its popularity, I suppose.
Right.
So let's, I guess, start with what is it exactly?
All right, well, geotagging, now we have talked in the recent past, about GPS technology. So GPS looks at the satellites and figures out where you are. AGPS, which is related, looks at cell phone networks and or the satellites to figure out where you are. So since this is being built into cell phones and smartphones these days, and since these smartphones also have cameras in them, some bright guy thought, hey, let's actually put a little bit of information into that photograph saying where it was taken.
So GPS plus camera equals, ooh, cool.
Geotagging.
Geotagging.
Yeah, so the way this works is each time you take a photograph, it saves a bit of information in the header of the photograph called EXIF information. And what that is a whole pile of little bits of information explaining certain things about it. So it could tell you what the camera is that took the image, how long the shutter was open for, how wide the aperture was. It can tell you the color space, a bunch of stuff that you'll never need to know about the photograph, but it's just in there, this metadata, so that you can dig into it and really get a sense of what's going on behind the scenes if you want to.
Yeah, you could use source where the image was, not only where it was taken, but how it was taken, circumstances and all the settings in the camera when it occurred.
Exactly, and as I said, where it was taken these days is one of those new bits of information in EXIF, the longitude and latitude of where you took the picture, if you have a GPS built into the camera.
Right. Now you use this term EXIF. What exactly is EXIF?
EXIF stands for
Exchangeable?
Exchangeable Image File Format. Yeah, it's one of those things that I know the acronym so well, but digging down into what it actually means. There you go.
We discussed it yesterday, and we promptly forgot it.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So there we go. And that is a standard throughout the industry. So if your camera takes a picture, it uses EXIF information.
Yeah. So, by the way, they don't know this, but in the studio there's a cheat sheet right behind the camera. So if you ever get stuck, just look at the cheat sheet.
Yeah, so over there.
Over there. See, exchangeable image file format.
That actually makes my job a whole lot easier.
It does. It really does.
All right.
Okay. All right. Actually, Paul, you should get a shot of that.
Yep.
just to show you. I know it was supposed to be a secret, but you know, we'll show you. See, look.
There we go.
So, there you go. So
we actually don't know anything at all here.
We just read off the whiteboard. Come on, it's like a teleprompter. All right, good. So I'm looking at my cheat sheet. So yeah, so you covered up. So it's all camera details and that sort of thing. Now, here's the problem, right? So that information is now embedded into a photograph.
Right.
Which is helpful if I'm looking at the image, or you know, I want to remember where the image was. I could even use it in an application to kind of geographically position my photographs.
Yeah, in fact, we have right here, we've got iPhoto, and it's stored the GPS information. I can click on places, and hey, now you can see where I've taken a bunch of pictures. And we've got them right here in various places in Canada and the United States. We've got, I went to Vegas, so there you go. So we can see all the countries and the actual locations, Las Vegas, Hilton, that sort of thing. So we can track this.
Useful.
Yes.
Except when it gets in the wrong hands.
Yes.
So if that creepy dude who's been following you around wanted to find out where you've been, or you know, where you live, or where you go to school or work, or where you go on holiday, technically he or she, and it could be a she.
Could be a she.
She could be creepy too. Could, you know, get the image off of a public place like Flickr or somewhere else on the web, look at the geographic location and determine, like for example, hey look, it's a brand new picture of my new widescreen television. Well, now you've told them where you live and where this $3,000 piece of gear is.
Yes.
Not really smart.
Not really all that smart, no.
Right. All right. So there is a concern about privacy and security with regard to that. You know. Now, here's the good news, is that generally, when you post the stuff to the web, it doesn't automatically display this information, correct?
No, when you upload the picture, it often will be stripped out by the service that you're putting it up to. That's not always the case, so you do have to
be careful about
be very careful about
so
this.
So Facebook does this. They
Facebook
strip out
strips
that information. Flickr does?
Flickr gives you the option of including it or not including it. So for example, right here we've got Flickr, all the pictures that I've taken, all of them centered around Toronto for some strange reason, but you do have this ability here using one of the security settings, and we'll put a link to this, to automatically import GPS information as geodata or no. So if you click it yes, that would be lovely, then it will actually bring in that information automatically and place your photographs on the map. If you choose not to or leave it unchecked, then it won't geotag your images. It'll give you the rest of the EXIF information, like what camera you used, but not where it was taken.
Smart.
So
good stuff on Flickr's
there we go.
part.
So why don't we actually do a demo here?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So I'm going to take a picture of you here on the set. There we go. So taking a picture of you now.
Yes.
Now the next step, of course, is to
plug it in.
Plug it in. So we want to bring this over to our computer.
Now while you're doing that, and did you need a couple minutes for it to boot in?
Yeah, I'll just have it pull it in iPhoto, so it takes a couple seconds usually.
So while you're doing that, so you can turn this stuff off on smartphones. So for example, on the iPhone, you can turn off location-based services. And on the Android, I believe you can turn off store location in camera app.
Yeah, depends on the version of Android you have, obviously. So the one that our friend Andrew Moore-Crispin is wandering around, and when you have the camera app open, there's just a little radial checkbox there, and when you tap on it, it turns it on and off. So okay, so we're going to import the photograph that we just took here. There we go. I'm going to keep that photo, and it'll show us that photograph of this lovely fella that I just took the photograph of. We will drag the photograph over to our desktop so that we have a location where we know where it is. Okay, there we go. Now, here's the trick. We have this program on our computer here called EXIF Viewer. We downloaded this for free, and we'll show you where to get that in the show notes. And when we fire it up, we can then open the image that is on our desktop here. And you'll see it has, at the top here, equipment make, Apple, camera model, iPhone 4, camera software, QuickTime, blah, blah, blah. And then you go down, and we see all of the image-specific properties, including how the image was oriented, the exposure, the F number, the ISO rating, the lens aperture, all of that information. But if you go down to the bottom here, you see latitude and longitude. So what we're going to do here is we're going to copy that information here and just see how dangerous this is. We're going to open up Google Maps. And we're going to paste this in a format that it can use. And then we're going to press Enter. And guess what? It has located us right at our studio. And in fact, it has located us pretty much at the exact spot on the building where we are located.
Right there.
So it didn't locate us to within a block. It located us literally to where we are. So
Wow.
if you're taking a picture of your TV, as you mentioned earlier, it can actually show you which house it's in.
Wow. Yeah,
So-
that's not a good thing.
All right, so good. Now, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, we can actually turn this off. So in the phone here, we're going to go into the settings. We're going to go into the location services, and then we see all of the things that use location services, so things like Foursquare and your GPS navigations, anything like that. So we are going to turn off camera, and we're going to just switch those off. So now when we take a picture, it won't automatically stamp it with where you happen to be.
Got it.
So now, of course, if you do this, you won't automatically be able to place yourself on maps or in iPhoto or any of the other applications you may use that can track where you are. So it will have to something you enter in manually again if you want. So
Got it. Okay, good. Good stuff. That's great. On the Android phone, same thing, right?
Android-
Similar thing?
yeah, Android phone, again, you would go into the camera application on newer versions of the operating system and just click the radio box that turns the location services off.
So I guess we should also mention that if you're going to buy, if you have a standard point-and-click camera, it won't necessarily have this GPS location information in it.
No, typically when you buy a regular camera, it does not have a GPS in it, so you don't have to worry about this when you're taking pictures. If it does have a GPS, there is one thing that you should really notice. Like higher-end DSLRs will often have a GPS built in for photojournalists and things like that. But typically, if you're just using a camera the way you normally would, just like, oh, that's a good thing to shoot, just pick up, jink, and then turn it back off again. That's not enough time for it to get information from the satellite. So
It's
it
going to
won't
get a fix, right?
geostamp it, right?
Yeah.
So you can generally turn it off inside the camera as well if it has GPS. So if you're going to be sitting there shooting a lot of stuff and have your camera on for a while, then it can start tracking you. So then turn it off if you're worried about that at that point.
Got it. Okay. But the average point-and-shoot wouldn't necessarily.
Average point and shoot is not going to be an issue.
Good. Okay, good. All right. Thank you for that. That's great. So that's geotagging, the pitfalls and the advantages, and maybe it's a feature you didn't even know existed in your camera, or at least how it works. So, or your iPhone, or your smartphone for that matter. Good. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we've got clip of the week as well as your pictures. That's after this. Welcome back to Lab Rats. So we thought, you know, it's interesting because we're talking about cameras that have GPS in them. Well, what about if you had a GPS with a camera in it?
Uh-oh.
Andrew Moore Crispin, of course, is the host of Gadget TV on butterscotch.com, and he recently did a little review of a GPS with a camera in it. So let's take a quick look at that.
Welcome on deck. I'm Matt Harris.
Hi, I'm Jay Goldman.
Welcome to the A-List.
Hi, welcome to Miss Download.
So now you can see here, we're stuck in the studio right now, so we're not going to get much of a GPS fix. But we do have on the map screen, we're able to zoom in and out of the track. We can record points of interest. If you look down here, this is actually a photo that we took that's been geotagged, which is a very interesting feature of this particular GPS. It has a 3.2 megapixel camera in the back, which is capable of recording stills and also video.
If you want to see the entire episode of that, it's up on over to butterscotch.com. Click on Butterscotch TV, and find Gadget TV, and it's right in there. So
Yeah, that device makes a lot of sense in some ways, because often you take a picture and you think to myself, I want to go back to this. You're taking the picture because you want to remember it, but you know, you don't have GPS in, you can't go back to that. Whereas the GPS will take you right there.
that's true. Yeah, you can kind of remember. It's a way to jog your memory.
Yeah.
What beach was that? Now you know.
Right, take me there. That picture looks great.
All right, good. So now it's my favorite part of the show. Picture time.
Nope.
Picture. I mean, no.
No,
No picture time today? No pictures?
no pictures.
Aw.
Got a video.
You got a video?
Yeah.
Video time, video time, video
Yep.
time.
All right, so our friend David
Yes.
in Regina,
Yes.
who has in fact sent us pictures before,
Yes.
decided to send us a video, and it's a little bit of a puzzle. So put on your thinking toque.
Okay. Thinking took on.
Well, hello, Andy Walker and Sean Carruthers from Lab Rats. I'm here at the Park Central Hotel. And off in the distance here is the Capitol building. And I've got Lab Rats on my iPod Touch. Can you guess what city I'm in?
There you go. So a bit of a poser. Oh, it's a national capital too.
National Capital.
So There you go. Can you guess where he is, Mr. Andy Walker?
Well, Capitol building. Is he in Madrid, maybe?
Possibly.
Should I guess again?
I don't know where it is either. He didn't tell us.
All right, well, there you
So
go.
how about we make it a little bit of a contest, so the people watching out there, they can guess at it too.
And if you get the right answer, you get Sean's iPhone.
Yeah, no, let's find another prize.
You can have anything on Sean's shelf.
Or Andy's Elmo.
Or Andy's Elmo if you really want that. There you go. All right, so send it in. You can email us at...
Not anything on my shelf. Those are my things. Those are my toys. We'll find a prize.
Find a price. But you can make a request, and we could... Sean reserves the right to say no. We'll find you something fun. And worst case, we'll send you a butterscotch mug. How about that?
Butterscotch mug.
Yeah.
We might have some T-shirts still around too. Who knows?
Okay. Well, whatever it is, we'll send you something fun. If you get the question right, we'll draw it, and off you go.
Right.
You can send that to...
Where in the world is Waldo, a.k.a. David? At labrats.tv.
Right. Or you could also send it to...
Feedback@labrats.tv.
Feedback@labrats.tv. There you go.
It's kind of fitting that we have a Where Is He in a GPS-enabled episode.
It's brilliant. It's great. I love it. Thank you so much for that. That's really creative. We love that. Send more in on your future travels, and or if you, other people out there, you certainly send us our videos. We like to see. We like to create video time.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Trying to think if there's anything else that we need to mention. You should probably zip on over to butterscotch.com, check out all the shows. We have more than 4,000 videos on that site these days, so lots of really great tutorials and shows and that sort of thing. New Android Weekly is now available. It's a weekly show done by Andrew Moore Crispin. Yeah. How many shows does Andrew Moore Crispin do? My God.
He's doing all of them now.
He's doing all of them right now. There you go.
I mean, we've had him here. He's taking over the entire network.
There you go. Good. Hover.com, of course, our favorite place to register a domain to do more with them. You can get we can get 10% off using this coupon right here. And that's pretty much it.
That's all she wrote.
Thank you for geotagging this week's very interesting topic. Awesome work. All right. Well, thank you for pushing play this week. You know, it'd be foolish for us to be here talking about geotagging if you weren't out there going, God, this beach, where was I at this beach? I don't know. I wish I knew. Well, now you do. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we'll see you next time.
Are you ready?